Welcome to Days Gone, a game that explores a world ravaged by a deadly virus. But what if there's more to the virus than meets the eye? According to the game's lore, the virus was first discovered in a lab in Oregon. The lab was conducting research on the virus, but something went wrong, and the virus was released into the population. The virus quickly spread, and within weeks most of humanity was wiped out, and the world was plunged into chaos. In the game, the virus is referred to as the freaker virus, which turns infected individuals into freakers, which are essentially zombie-like creatures that are aggressive and attack non-infected humans. The origins of the virus in Days Gone are shrouded in mystery, and the game doesn't provide a definitive answer to its origins. In the first part of the game, players are introduced to Deacon S.G. John, a biker and former member of a gang called the Mongrels Met, break of the virus, and Deacon is struggling to survive in the wilderness of the Pacific Northwest. Players are introduced to NERO, a government agency that was tasked with studying the virus and finding a cure. However, as players progress through the game, they discover that NERO might have had ulterior motives, and they were experimenting with the virus on humans. In the second part of the game, Deacon sets out to rescue his friend Boozer, who has been taken captive by a group of raiders. Along the way, Deacon discovers that the raiders are working with a group called the Rippers, who worship the freakers and believe that they are the next stage in human evolution. Here, we see that the Rippers are a cult-like group that believes that the freakers are the next step in human evolution, which could suggest that the virus was engineered to create a new species of human. When Deacon goes on a supply run to a nearby town and discovers that it has been overrun by a horde of Rippers, he also encounters a group of survivors who have taken refuge in a logging camp on the mountain. The logging camp is the site of a NERO research facility, and Deacon discovers that NERO has been experimenting on humans to find a cure for the virus. Then Deacon sets out to find NERO and get some answers about the virus. He discovers that NERO is conducting experiments on freakers, and they have been using a drug called neuroxin to control them. This part suggests that NERO might be involved in a larger conspiracy to control the freakers. The fact that they're experimenting on the freakers and using a drug to control them could indicate that they have a larger plan in mind. In the fifth part of the game, Deacon discovers that his wife Sarah, who he believed was dead, might still be alive. He sets out to find her, but his quest is complicated by the fact that a group of mercenaries called the Rippers have taken over the area. This seems to indicate there might be multiple groups vying for control over the virus. The Rippers are a mercenary group that is hired by NERO to protect their interests, but they might have their own agenda. The origins of the virus in the game are not entirely clear, but it is hinted that it was created by a mysterious organization called Black Horizon as a bioweapon. The virus was initially intended to be used as a weapon, but it eventually got out of control and spread to the general population. The idea that a virus could be engineered to control human behavior and turn people into aggressive creatures is quite unsettling, while there is no definitive answer. But the game provides a fascinating backdrop for exploring the dark side of human nature and the dangers of playing with forces beyond our control.